Hello friends, this is Prem and welcome back to my channel Casual Chats. With the season of appraisal and salary hikes underway in most of our offices, I thought this would be a best time to talk about the critical aspect of the entire process, which is self-appraisal. Most of us generally tend to not value the impact that a good self-appraisal creates. We put one-liner comments against all of the specified metrics that have been provided for us and submit the form for our manager's review. Let me tell you a small example of what could probably happen next. Let's assume that I have been working hard for the past year but did not spend much time to fill up my self-appraisal process and just have filled in one-liners and submitted it for review. At the next level, my manager, who knows the work that I have done, understands and provides me a better rating and even recommends for promotion. But on the further rounds of the discussion with the senior managers, my manager, who has recommended for a promotion and a best rating, will have to justify the reason why that rating and promotion was nominated for me. Since I have not filled up with any data on the initial self-appraisal form, my manager would not be having the necessary data that he will have to provide to justify what his intention was. And with that goes not only the chance of a good appraisal cycle, but also the chance of your promotion. This is the exact reason why we having all the necessary information filled up on the self-appraisal plays a very basic but also a very critical part in the appraisal process. In this podcast, I will talk about 5 important things that each one of us have to follow to elevate the chances of a better appraisal. Now, the first and the very basic thing that we have to do is to fill up the data on time. As simple as it sounds, in my experience, I have seen more than 50% of the people never fill up the appraisals on time. I will say, filling up your appraisal must become your first priority. The moment you receive an email or a notification about your appraisal being opened, I would recommend to put a 30-minute calendar block and start focusing on filling up your self-appraisal. We should understand that this 30 minutes that we are spending is a reflection of our entire year's work, and hence we would need a clear focus on having it completed diligently. Filling your appraisal earlier also gives you an advantage. When your manager gets to read your appraisal at the first place and he gets to see an appropriately filled up self-appraisal form submitted early for his review, he would be more than happy to have it reviewed first, and that can probably give you a strategic advantage over others. Again, I would emphasize that it's not only about just submitting your form earlier, but to have all the necessary data in it. The second tip in the process of making your self-appraisal more efficient is how you present your data. Each one of us work hard through the year, and that obviously means we are going to have a lot of data that we can showcase to our managers during our year-end review. Now, this becomes a concern. We cannot keep writing stories about all the things that we have completed over the previous year, which no one is going to have the patience to read out. At the same time, we will also have to ensure that every work that we have performed over the year is captured in some way. This is where how you present the data matters. Let's say, for example, you are a member of a 5-people team and you have a kind of ticketing mechanism in place to capture the work you do. To exhibit the kind of work that you have done over the past year, you can pull out a report from that particular ticketing tool and maybe put in something like, of the X number of tickets that our team has worked upon, I was individually able to contribute about 25 or 30% of the tickets ensuring successful resolution. And alongside, you can also attach the report that you have downloaded for your manager's reference. Instead of just updating, I have always been working on tickets that has come into our team and made sure they are taken for resolution. These kinds of numerical metrics, when provided on your self-appraisal, are key data recorders that will summarize your contribution to the team on the whole. The third tip that I wanted to talk about in the process of self-appraisal is understanding the process. Each company has different process of its own when it comes to appraisal. Some companies have quarterly appraisals, some have annual appraisals, and so on. Similarly, like the appraisal cycle, they also have a different promotion cycle where some companies give you promotion once a year, some companies give you promotion twice a year. It is very important to understand all these cycles of the company so that you can exhibit your data points accordingly. Now, you may ask me, why should I know all these information? I fill the data, give it to my manager, and it's his responsibility to take care of the remaining. I will explain you why. Let's say, for example, you are a person who is looking for promotion this year, and you pretty well know that your company provides promotions only once a year during the appraisal cycles. In this scenario, you should be aware of how many other competitors are going to be available for promotion during the same cycle, and the primary data that you focus on providing should be aligned towards the promotion that you have been waiting for. On the other hand, if your company has two promotion cycles, you can focus on exhibiting the promotion worthy data in a cycle where you have less competitors so that your chances of getting promoted are much better, while on the other part you can exhibit the qualities which can get you the rating that you want. The next tip that I will talk about is showcasing what the company got. We should understand that all the companies focus on getting better profits. The more profitable a company is, the better would be the rewards that the employees receive. Having said that, when you portray that you have created something that has helped the company be more profitable or work more efficiently, it definitely raises your value for the company. A small example that I could think of is, due to an automation task that I have performed, I was able to save 100 hours of manual work, thus saving around $25,000 to the company. Data been scripted in a way which portrays the benefit that the company has got will help the reviewer not only understand what you have done through the year, but will also be helpful for him to exhibit the kind of benefits that the company has reaped because of your work. The last point that I wanted to share is pretty straightforward. Ask what you desire. I strongly believe in something when it comes to working in corporates. If you don't ask something, the answer is always no. Never assume that your manager will take care of what you need. Whatever be the aspect that you want from this particular appraisal cycle or promotion cycle, make sure you go and have a chat with your manager and make him understand what you need. It could be a better role, it could be a promotion, or it could be a considerable hike, and it can be anything that you would need in your official environment. Even though you have a strong feel that you might not get it in this cycle, there is nothing to lose by going to your manager and asking, this is what I am expecting from this cycle. At the least, this will at least make your manager aware that you are expecting something out of the company. I hope the points discussed in this podcast will help you fill your appraisals better and will certainly increase your value to your manager and your company. Thank you for your time on listening to this podcast, and I sincerely hope it added some value to you. If you like the content that I have spoken about, kindly press the like button and subscribe for more such content. See you soon in another such episode in Casual Chats. Until then, this is Prem signing off.